Shania on the beat, Texas.
Hey y'all, it's your girl Carolina Teague, and this is episode 9 of League of Our Own. Welcome back, you guys. It is October 5th, 2022, and I'm here at VodPod Media Studios with my guy, radio husband and producer, Guylan Jackson, making sure everything is running smoother than olive oil on a baby's behind. We got a lot to get into today. Aaron Judge hits 62 home runs, breaks a new record. Tom and Gisele, is there trouble in paradise? Cooper Rush and Dak Prescott. Has Dak Prescott found his replacement? Spurs Media Day. And, of course, we're going to give the You Go Glenn Coco to Tua. And, of course, we're going to play this or that. We got a lot to get into today, so I'm really excited. How's everything going, Guylan?
Yo, what's up, Miss Carolina?
You know what? They remodeled my floor. Of course, you guys know my floor caved in because of Cam.
They remodeled your floor?
Yeah, because the floor caved in.
Wait a minute. So you just don't say, hey, they remodeled my floor. It's kind of like, hey, I got my toes done. Like, why'd you get your toes done? Why'd they remodel your floor?
There was like a leak and it permeated throughout the entire home. Actually, through our bathroom and Cam's room. Cam was jumping up and down.
Cam's your son?
Cam is my son.
Okay.
Floor caves in. We finally get it remodeled. Everything's fixed now. Now we just have to put the tile in. Now we have to paint everything. And I was just saying the other day, it seems like every time you come up with some money, something dramatic always happens. Like, your floor caves in or somebody hits your car. And people were sharing their stories of what happened. Like, they have their paycheck and they get a raise and then their roommate loses their job, so they have to pay extra bills. Is that something that we speak into existence? Or
yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, if you're like, every time I get money, it disappears, then every time you get money, it's going to disappear. But if you're like, the money's going to keep on coming, no matter what, then the money keeps on coming.
Okay.
Manifestation. Manifestation. There we go.
Yeah, so we should manifest that. So if you guys are having bad luck like I sometimes feel like, especially since we were in the Mercury retrograde, we just got out of the Mercury retrograde, a lot of crazy things happen in that time frame, then I would say, just be speaking into existence the truth that you want into your life. And I'm right here, I'm going to manifest not having to spend my paycheck on random expenses.
Well, remember on your car, I got bad luck with my car, and then you got the new car and it started off right away with bad luck.
Exactly.
So you can tinfoil your hat way into bullshit.
Yeah, and you're right. And I am a conspiracy theorist, and I do tend to kind of think those things sometimes. Like, bad things happen to me all the time, and then bad things do happen to me, and I'm like, oh my God, I proved myself right. But really, I'm just manifesting all these things. And they say, like, you have to manifest your thoughts in order to try to get all the great things you want in life. So I'm working on that daily, and it's easier said than done, but I try my best to keep myself positive. I try my best. I've been going through a lot lately.
Yeah, no, I mean, and I get it. Think about even like the haters thing. Like, we get away from that. But we say we have haters, and guess what? Mm-hmm. Bam! There's a hater.
Well, yeah, and somebody had suggested to me that I should do a segment dedicated to trash talking some of my haters back. And I'm like, no, I don't want to give them life.
But you don't have haters. Stop even talking about you don't have haters.
That's what, I'm saying. They're scrubs regardless. So.
But you don't have them. They don't exist. Like, if a hater
in my real world, no, they don't.
Think about it. Like, what they say, if a tree falls in the forest and there's nobody there to hear it, do you hear it? If a hater tweets or does something on Facebook and you don't see it till a week later, are they still a hater? And then what does it say about the person that's like, yo, did you see what so-and-so wrote about you? Like, why are we digging up the bad shit? Like, why not dig up the good shit about people? And that's how I live my life,
well,
right?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Because, like, I had, like people were dragging me, right? And, like, saying the meanest, ugliest things to me and just making me question my life. And then the next few days I go cover Spurs Media Day and I don't get the same type of, attention unless it's negativity. And I'm like, damn.
Well, yeah, that's part of it. But then think about this. If you're carrying that energy around with you, why are you carrying that energy around with you? And maybe it says more about you than it does about them.
What do you mean?
That's all I'm saying.
Okay, so you're saying I'm the negative one. Is that what you're trying to tell me?
Am I saying what?
You're saying that I'm the negative one and I'm the one carrying the negative energy?
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, hey, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. So When you want to listen to Yoda, we shall talk.
Okay. Well, I do. I try my best. That's all I'm saying. I literally try my best every single day. But anyways,
you do a good job of it. You do a good job.
Another thing too, I don't know if you guys have been watching this. Jeffrey Dahmer documentary came out on Netflix. I have not watched it yet because I need to renew my Netflix subscription because my debit card had some fraud on it.
That's the haters. They're trying to use your card.
My debit card had some fraud on it recently. So you know how you have to like restart everything and put your debit card information in? Well, I need to renew my Netflix subscription, which I'm going to do tonight because I've been really interested in this Jeffrey Dahmer series in regards to his life, how he's got caught up. I heard it's got a lot of like there's a lot of homophobia, racism involved in this case. And he primarily chose his victims to be Asian or black because he felt like the police were not going, he's according to Jeffrey Dahmer, he said it wasn't race driven, but people feel otherwise because
he just like dark meat.
He said he went after a certain body type. So if you fit that body type, he was going to kill you. It's kind of how he said he killed people.
He likes meat. He likes meat on his bones. That's the only thing I can think about. The other thing is I'm starting to wonder, why do we consistently have these serial killer podcast, death and destruction podcast, and I know people like them. Like, there's a place
serial
for
killer stuff. I mean, there's a huge market for it. I mean, it's one of the top streamed shows
No, it's
on
the
Netflix.
It's the top streaming thing. Yeah. So for me, I like apocalyptic stuff, right?
That's even worse.
End of the world? No.
Yeah, end of the world shit is even worse. Yeah.
It's no different than going to church on Sunday. It's the same shit.
No, it's not.
Oh, yes, it is. I always preaching end of the world, do this. You never know when you're going to die, blah, blah, blah. So I just go watch the movies and go to church.
So you're saying me being into serial killer shit is more negative than you being into end of the world shit?
End of the world shit is a little bit more far-fetched than serial killer shit because people start believing the serial killers are going to come get them and blah, blah, blah. I'm just saying, I get the attraction to it. I'm just like, why do we keep on doing it?
No, I don't want to see it because I'm scared. I'm actually really scared to see it.
Scared of what?
I'm scared to watch the documentary. I don't want to watch it because
Then don't watch it.
Yeah, but I'm also
It's not a documentary.
intrigued.
It's a movie. It's a docuseries.
Docuseries. There
Yeah.
you go. Docuseries.
So it's more like the show.
Acting out what happened.
Right.
Yeah, I feel really bad for all the victims. It makes me sad. I was watching the real life YouTube videos of what happened and
but this is like the third This is like the third one that's been out too.
Is it?
Yes, it's not the first one. It's like the third one.
And what the victims were saying is that they have to relive that all over again. They're really sad about it. They get really triggered, and they didn't get any money from this documentary.
I mean, for his victims, they just have to defrost them and reheat them. So
okay, so Aaron Judge, let's get into that because I really want to talk about it.
You want to do Aaron Judge?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's start with Aaron Judge.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to play the audio from Aaron Judge.
Okay, let's do that.
So I actually got the 61st home run.
Okay.
So let's play through this real quick.
Okay.
There we go.
Nice. Beautiful.
And there it is, number 62, courtesy of the Yes Network.
Yeah, that's awesome. 62 home run. And a Rangers fan actually caught this the 62nd home run. And this is Aaron Judge's American League record. And this is record breaking. A sports memorabilia auction house offered $2 million to the fan who caught that ball. Would you give that ball away for $2 million? Yes or no?
I'd test the market for a couple of weeks and then probably try to sell it. But with the way the world is right now and the stock market and everything else, I don't know. I'd probably take the $2 million and run. I don't think people realize on an aggressive yield return for investments, you can get a bunch of money. I mean, you could be living off of that $2 million for the rest of your life. Mm-hmm. So I'm trying to get to Costa Rica as quickly as possible with the margarita. So I'd probably give up, $2 million. I'd be done.
I think I would, test the market, see what other offers I get. If I get
why be
more
greedy?
for it, I'd be like, I want to get, because if they're offering me $2 million, like Master P said, if they offered me $10 million, I know I'm worth $100 million.
Bye.
So you know that baseball is worth way more than $2 million, especially over time. It's going to be worth way more. Or maybe not. Maybe somebody else breaks the record next year, and then it's essentially worthless.
So it's a ball, right? First of all,
right.
And $2 million. Yeah, I mean, I get it. I don't know. I mean, I don't know if I would pay $2 million for a ball if I had the money. Like, if I was a billionaire, would I spend $2 million on a baseball? I don't think so. But I can see where it has some lore, and I think it's going to be more and more valuable. I do think it's not as valuable as the home run record set by Barry Bonds. And there's been some debate about what's the real record.
Right, because there was steroid usage during that time. And even Roger Maris came out and showed support for Aaron Judge for being able to hit this 60-second home run without the use of steroids. And then you have people like Barry Bonds who had, 70?
Alleged
steroid usage. And what would you say in regards to that? Do you think that Roger Maris is has a point?
No, I think his son is salty. I think his son is straight up salty. Period. End of story.
Why?
Because he's salty. Because his dad doesn't have the record anymore. He saw people break it. Listen, during the time of
But why wouldn't he be salty about this one though? If that's the case, he wouldn't show him love.
No. Oh, he didn't show Barry Bonds love, and then he tried to get Aaron Judge to kind of say something against Barry Bonds, and he's like, nope, sorry. Barry Bonds has the record. Aaron Judge actually said that Barry Bonds had the record. But let me
say his record still stands. That is true.
Yeah.
So you think Roger Maris is being salty then?
Say that again.
Roger Maris is being salty because he's saying this one should be the one that actually counts.
Right. So Roger Maris Jr. thinks that this should be the record and not the one that Barry Bonds and all them had during that time.
Yeah.
But drug use has always been prevalent in the league. During the days of Babe Ruth, they used to get high on, get up on speed and stuff.
Yeah, and you know what? The Cowboys were called the cocaine Cowboys in the 90s. They were still winning Super Bowls.
Yeah,
they were high on cocaine. So drugs have been in athletes' lives for only we can know. Always. Yeah, exactly. Period. I would say always. Period. I mean, but my thing is like, should steroids omit you from being a record holder? Kind of like, like what they did to Reggie Bush with the Heisman Trophy. They found out he was accepting money.
Well, Reggie Bush wasn't steroids. That was gambling.
He was
money.
Accepting money. But I'm saying like they were quick to strip him of his titles and his records. He didn't do any drugs. Why do you think that they should be doing the same thing if they find out you're on drugs here? And should your record be stripped?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
And it depends on what it is, right? I think for performance-enhancing drugs, if it's proven and you fail the test, then yes, 100%, you should do it. But if you are not keeping up with science, and if everybody is doing it in the league at the time, then no. And I still have a hard time believing that steroids help that much in baseball, because you still have to have amazing eye-hand coordination to be able to hit the hell out that ball, right?
Yeah, I think it's just like a huge debate. It's a hot debate. Roger Maris, he does come off a little bit salty, and it is what it is. I mean, I have no dog in this fight, but if I would say, even Ray Perez says they're even cheating in chess, in fishing, all that stuff. I mean, they cheat everywhere, so. They didn't strip him of his titles. It's not our call to strip him or not. But Roger Maris does come off a little bit salty when he's giving credit.
Roger Maris Jr.
I'm sorry. Giving credit to Aaron Judge, but not Barry Bonds.
Right, not Barry Bonds.
It comes off as salty, for sure.
And that's a Yankees thing. And Yankees is their own little organization.
They're on their little, like,
they're kind of like
crew.
They're kind of like Dallas Cowboy fans.
Yeah, true.
Speaking of Dallas Cowboys.
Well, speaking of, don't we have Trouble in Paradise that we got to talk about?
We got Trouble in Paradise?
Yes, there's Trouble in Paradise.
We're going to do Trouble in Paradise?
Yeah.
All right, Trouble in Paradise.
We got Trouble in Paradise, you guys. I really want to talk about this. Tom Brady and Gisele Bündchen, they hired divorce lawyers, and they're in the process of, possibly getting a divorce. They called off their wedding, or they called off their marriage shortly. I mean, they were in the summer. Tom Brady retired. 40 days later, he comes back off of retirement, and Gisele Bundchen. She essentially seems happy. She's seen frolicking with him in Europe. They look happy. Then he takes this mysterious 11-day leave during training camp for the NFL. Next thing you know, now they're filing for divorce. Is it because of the fact that he, chose his NFL career over his marriage? I personally don't think so. I think that whatever the reason why they're getting divorced that's something that we possibly don't know about.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on in the background there. Mm-hmm. I don't believe necessarily that this is it. It has been a long time though, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, he hasn't been there for all of his kids growing up. He hasn't been there for everything that Gisele wants to do. And maybe that's the reason why he plays football, is because maybe that marriage is not as wonderful and great as we think it is. Maybe this is like him being able to get away with the boys, for 6 months out of the year. Mm-hmm. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. But it's their business. Mm-hmm. And I think it should be even a non-story to begin with.
Well, I mean, also too, he signed this enormous contract with Fox Sports when he was still married to Gisele. 10-year, $375 million contract to be an analyst. And if you are an NFL player, you have to spend Christmas, Thanksgiving, all these holidays away from your family. But if you're an NFL broadcaster for Fox Sports, you still have to travel to the games.
Yeah, but you show up. You show up day of the game. Yeah. Or you show up the day before the game.
Oh, so you don't have to do the practices.
You don't have to go to practices and everything. No, you got a production assistant that feeds you everything. Sometimes when you come in, you're like, well, I got to know these numbers. I got to know this. I got to go to that. They hand all this stuff to these guys before they sit down. They got a teleprompter with all the stats sitting there in front of them.
It just doesn't make sense for them to call off the marriage if it is about football, and he's still going to retire at the end of this year. So I think there's more to it, and it's really none of our business, but hopefully I don't want them to call it off. I hope they work it out.
Well, whatever. Tom Brady, Gisele, they're both good-looking people, millionaires. I don't have a lot of sympathy for them if they break up. Especially Tom Brady. Mm-hmm. Good Lord. There's women that I know that would give their left legs for Tom Brady. So the dude's not going to be hurting in the dating pool.
I don't think so either. But a divorce is divorce. You can't just replace one person with another. It doesn't work like that.
Maybe he has a sneaky link.
Maybe. But we have no idea. There's no evidence of that.
I think he has a sneaky link.
I don't think so.
I think maybe his hands smell like butt when he comes home from work and she's not happy about that.
I don't think he's a cheater. I don't want to think that about Tom Brady.
Of course, nobody's a cheater until you find out they cheat. Deshaun Watson wasn't a masseuse, freak until he was a masseuse freak.
Yeah. Okay. Well, anyways, speaking of football, we got more to talk about. Cowboys have been doing really good without Dak Prescott. Cooper Rush is 4-0. That's a Cowboys franchise record, 4-0 for a backup quarterback starting.
That is not a record.
No, a Cowboys franchise record. First ever quarterback in Dallas Cowboys history to go 4-0 in his first 4 starts.
That's not a record.
It is a record. It's historical.
One day they're going to have a record that is the fastest Cowboy to run out on the field the first 4 games. It's like, come on, 4-0, really?
Yeah, but you got to admit that this is a great feat.
Great?
Yeah, for backup quarterbacks to just pick up the pace and where everything left off. And be 4-0. That's
great.
That's pretty great. I think it's great.
It's actually 3-0 because they're counting the game from last year.
Last year, I'm counting the damn game too from last year. It's still good. It's still good. He ain't taking no losses.
He's decent as a quarterback in the NFL is best. Cowboy fans are holding on to something that they're not going to see, and that's called a Super Bowl.
Okay, right? We're not having a Super Bowl conversation today. We're talking about, is Cooper Rush going to replace Dak? So why the hell are you talking about Cowboys in the Super Bowl right now?
Because as NFL players, as NBA players, as NHL players, the only thing you care about is a championship. You don't care about 4-0, period, end of story.
Okay, but the thing is that
it's always a Super Bowl story.
Okay, but if he was taking losses as a backup quarterback, like a lot of shitty backup quarterbacks do, then we wouldn't be having this conversation and the Cowboys wouldn't be having a winning record right now.
But who have they even beat?
They haven't beat big teams. Their actual first test probably, honestly, is going to be this weekend when they go up against the Rams. That's going to be their first big test.
That's going to be the first big test.
Yeah, definitely. And Dak, they were saying, or Mike McCarthy said earlier this week, if they don't have him in practice by this Wednesday, which is today, then he's not going to play against the Rams this Sunday. Well, Dak didn't practice today, so he's not going to play against this game. And this also kind of gives the Cowboys, Mike McCarthy and Jerry Jones, kind of like some type of backup to kind of, because the media is talking about this, Cooper Rush versus Dak. Remember in 2016 when Tony Romo got injured?
That was a completely different situation.
It was, but I'm saying, remember when he got injured? Dak Prescott was the backup quarterback. He ended up doing a great job. Cowboys had a good record.
Right, but that was Dak Prescott was the heir apparent already. Cooper Rush is a backup quarterback in the NFL.
Right, but
and because he's won 3 games in a row does not make him any more spectacular.
He is. I mean, he's good.
3 games.
3 games. I think this
decent,
will be his first.
okay numbers.
Now their schedule's pretty easy.
Okay.
Their schedule's pretty easy. I will say that. But also, you got a win is a win. What do you mean decent numbers?
A win is a win. He has decent numbers as a starting quarterback. My point is simple.
He could be.
You have a great quarterback in Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott has shown himself to be a great quarterback, right? Cooper Rush has showed himself to be a backup quarterback.
He's a great backup quarterback. I guarantee you he's going to be picked up by a different team this year or next year.
So how much money are you willing to bet that Cooper Rush is going to go 8-0?
I'm not going to bet that he's going to go 8-0. I never said he was going to be a flawless quarterback.
No, I want him to be.
He has yet to throw an interception too. Like look at for example, they played the Giants, right? They beat the Giants. Giants were 2-0 at the time. Everybody thought the Giants were going to win that game. They beat the Giants. Then the Giants played the Bears last week, and they bust the Bears' ass.
That's the
You're
Bears.
not going to give any credit to the Cowboys. You're not going to give any credit to Cooper Rush for not throwing 0 interceptions. Like it's hard. I mean, it's not easy to have a perfect game where you're not throwing.
The Dallas Cowboys has dumbed down the offense for Cooper Rush. They're running the football way more than they're throwing the football, and it's been a winning formula. Great. Happy for you, Dallas Cowboy fans. However, you can't keep on. So Tony Romo loses, gets hurt. Dak Prescott comes in. He becomes a golden child. Mm-hmm. Dak Prescott now gets this huge contract, right? So now Dak Prescott got hurt. Cooper Rush comes in. Now he's the golden child. You all need some sort of consistency with your team. Your owner's not consistent. If anything, the owner's consistently bad. So what are the Dallas Cowboy fans going to do? Are you going to keep on jumping around from quarterback to quarterback? Or are you going to settle on a quarterback?
That's what I'm saying. That's my answer to that. No, they're gonna go with Dak. He's getting paid $40 million.
Right.
When Dak has to come back. That's why I'm saying that this game against the Rams is a very important game, because right now they kind of have to answer to, well, who's the better quarterback, Cooper Rush or Dak Prescott? Like if Dak Prescott comes back and then they lose, they're going to look at him sideways.
Dak Prescott is a better quarterback. I believe you ride with Cooper Rush until he shows some major flaws. So meaning he loses a game, he gets hurt, or he loses 2 games, or there's something major. I don't think that you go right back to Dak Prescott. I think you wait and you ride Cooper Rush as long as you can ride him.
So I want to ask them, people watching, if they agree with you. Do you think that they should continue to play Cooper Rush until he shows cracks in the system and then put Dak back in, even though Dak is healthy? Ray Pettis says, do they erase his wins and his performance? Yeah, I don't think that this, like his wins, it shouldn't be erased just because he's a backup quarterback. Like he's doing a good job. Give him that credit. But I disagree with you. I don't think the Cowboys should wait until he has like a flawed game to put Dak back in. They paid Dak $40 million. They need to put Dak back in.
Yeah, but what happens though?
Because everybody's gonna be like, well, why the hell are you spending $40 million?
Well, what happens though? Well, because sometimes you got to ride the wave. You got to ride the energy. You got to manifest. You got to manifest. To go back to the beginning of the show, you got to manifest the wins, right?
And to an extent, I agree with you too. Like it would be nice to keep that momentum going, because if he has a hot hand, why not keep it going? But then that also negates the fact that you just said that he's not that great. Well, then why keep him in? Why keep him in if he's not that great? Why wait until he has one bad game?
Because they've dumbed down the offense. And they're running the ball more.
They ran the ball more the past 2 games, or the first two games he started this season. They ran the ball last game when Michael Gallup came back. They had a lot more receiving yards.
Okay.
And that's because they set up the run game to where Tony Pollard and Ezekiel Elliott had a lot of touches, but they were only getting 2 yards per carry. But that also allowed for Kellen Moore to open up the playbook, and that allowed for Cooper Rush to utilize the run pass option. So they did a really good job. I'm just saying.
If I was a Dallas Cowboy fan, I would want my star quarterback back to carry the team and to win games. However, I'm going to ride with Cooper Rush right now. The biggest challenge, again, that I have is that Cooper Rush is you can't stay with him because he's winning, but you can't keep on doing that. Uh-huh. It feels dirty. Yeah. It felt dirty with Tony Romo. And maybe he was on his way out, but if you keep on doing that, you keep on jumping and you're looking for a win, then you don't have that consistency that you need in the NFL.
So Lennon Crisp says that Cooper Rush is a great temporary replacement for the Cowboys. That could be good trade value for Cooper Rush.
Yes. Very
true. Ray Pettis says, what happens if Dak comes back with a totally bad performance? Then what? And that's exactly why I think this Rams game, like I was trying to say earlier, and I want to just finish it off on this. That's why this Rams game this weekend is really crucial, because Dallas Cowboys media, they know this. They know that they're doing great with Cooper Rush. You don't think Dak feels that pressure that Cooper Rush is winning these games? He probably does too. The Rams game is going to be a testament to how good he is. You have Aaron Donald, who he's going to have to go up against. That's probably why they didn't want to put Dak Prescott in this game, because he's going to, could possibly get bullied by Aaron Donald, get re-injured. Then you have Sean McVay, they have a great offense too. So what I'm saying is that this will be a true testament to how good Cooper Rush is. If he wins, great. Dak comes back the next week against their divisional game with the Eagles, and I think that's a great game for Dak to come back on. Anyways, the divisional game is the Eagles. Perfect. Dak is back. They play against the Eagles. Let's see what happens. But with the Rams, if they lose, then they could say, well, he lost against an actual good team like the Rams, and that is why Dak is Dak, and that's why he's coming back next week. So I feel like it's a good thing that he's getting this test up against a really good team, even though the Rams got their asses kicked by the 49ers on Monday.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, they did. They got their asses kicked, and I'm actually really surprised on how the Rams are not doing too good.
Well, check this out. The over-under is 42.5 for the Cowboys, and the Cowboys are +5. Uh-huh. So, I don't know.
Who do you got? Rams or Cowboys?
I got the Rams. I'm not going to root against the Cowboys. Uh-huh. I just won't root for the Cowboys. Uh-huh. So, I got the Rams. I'm just saying. Like, I'll never be a Cowboys fan, but, it's easier to talk to these people on the radio when you're at least not rooting against their team. I'm just not impressed with what Jerry Jones has done as an owner. It's disgusting.
I'm not impressed with what he's doing with what he did with the contract situations.
Yeah,
I'm not. But as far as like improving the defense, I think that's a Mike McCarthy thing, because their defense looks elite right now. They're actually really, really good. And I think the defense for the Cowboys is what's making the team. And their offense is decent, right? Because you see the makings with Cooper Rush and how he's doing. But other than that, whatever. I'm off this shit. Let's go to the next topic.
Well, I mean, so do you think that the Cowboys are a top 5 team or a top 10 team right now?
I predict them to be number 5.
No, top 10 in the league. Are they a top 10 league team in the league right now?
I haven't thought that far, to be honest with you. That's a good question. And you know what? I always look at the power rankings. I wouldn't have them at the top of my power rankings. I would say maybe like in that area, in that arena.
They have them right now 9. Sporting News.
Yeah, I was going to say, I have them like at 9.
Has it 9. Baltimore Ravens at 10. Cincinnati Bengals at 11. And then they have the Rams at 12.
Oh, wow. The Rams are 12? That's interesting. Well, because they got their asses whipped by the 49ers. But the 49ers are the Rams' kryptonite too. Anyways.
Yeah, we'll see what's up.
I was thinking like 9-ish. 9, 10, 11-ish is where I'm at with them. Ray
Yo,
Pettis says he has him at 15.
So you went to media day a few weeks ago, right?
I went to media day. I went to Spurs practice 2 days ago.
Oh, so you did. So you were there.
Yeah, I was there at the Spurs practice. I was watching the players practice. Keldon Johnson was there, and he gave a new nickname to Jeremy Sochan, the rookie forward. They call him Sprinkles. He called him Sprinkles. Yes, Sprinkles, are you telling the truth? You know,
Did anybody ask him why they called him Sprinkles?
Well, he said Sprinkles, and then he ran off.
Right, I saw that. Yeah.
He ran off, so we couldn't ask Keldon why he called him Sprinkles. But, he's called Sprinkles. And do you like that nickname? Michael Jimenez told me that he looks like a raspa. He doesn't look like Sprinkles.
Yeah, I can see Sprinkles like, you're like the sprinkles on top of a cake. Like the quinceañera cake. I can see him being like the sprinkles on top of the quinceañera cake. But you brought up an interesting thing. Like, is he Dennis Rodman? Is he the second coming of Dennis Rodman?
Is he the reincarnation of Dennis Rodman? You know what? He reminds me a little bit of like me a little bit, Jeremy Sochan, because he's like a Dennis Rodman. I think he's a Dennis Rodman super fan deep down.
I think he's just being a little bit different, and he's also, I didn't realize, I didn't dig too deep, but he was born in Poland. So I wonder how long he lived in Poland, what type of like upbringing, what the culture is like over there, because maybe, because he does have blonde hair and his ears are pierced and stuff. So he had blonde hair earlier. So this could just be like, him showing who he is. Kind of like Lonnie Walker when he had the Gumby dude when he first came in, Yeah,
well, he's going to be wearing Dennis Rodman's number for the Spurs.
Oh, he is going to be wearing Dennis Rodman's
number. He has the hair color to go with it, and he is known for his great defensive skills. He played great defense in the Rockets game. Trey Jones said that he's great at spacing, and just he's a great player 1 through 5. He's versatile. He can play offense. He can play defense, but he's better known for his defense. And Jeremy Sochan said he has watched a lot of Dennis Rodman. So part of me feels like he's very, very inspired by Dennis Rodman, and he wants to be a great defensive player. And there's nothing wrong with that. He's quickly becoming my favorite player on the Spurs.
Why?
Because I love Rodman. You know that. I'm obsessed with him. And I like the fact that he sees, like I see, the benefit of not only looking at Rodman's game, mimicking his game, but also just appreciating defense. Appreciating defensive players as a totality. Some of these people who watch basketball, like now this is an offensive-driven NFL. Everybody's putting up 130 points. Rockets put up 134 up against the Spurs. Spurs had like
97, I think it was.
94 points?
Yeah.
Something like that. Rockets busted their ass in preseason, but there was glimpses of hope because this is a rebuild phase, and Jeremy Sochan's defense was one of them. He had a huge block. Just did a great job. So I like Jeremy Sochan. He's quickly becoming one of my favorites. He said he might change his color of his hair for the first game of the season. I'm excited to see what color it will be. I hope it's green.
Hope he changes the win total for the Spurs and their prospects. So, anything else from exciting on media day?
Ray Pettis says he looks like a piñata on Couples Road.
Say that again?
He looks like a piñata on Couples Road. You know what? Other things exciting on media day? Nothing really. Just people practicing free throws and shit. Because, last year, their free throw percentage was pretty off.
Have you seen anything where they're shooting more from the outside during practice or anything?
We haven't seen nothing like that. So they were doing a full-blown practice. They started at 9 o'clock, but we didn't get to go in until noon. So they had already their full-blown practice. We can't see all the top secret stuff that they're doing. But we did get to see them, shooting free throws. And, of course, we talked to Trey Jones. We talked to Jeremy Sochan. It's pretty cool that the Spurs are letting the rookies come out and talk to us more. And there's a narrative that people are putting out there that the San Antonio Spurs don't let the media talk to players. But no, media is allowed, and the Spurs let us see what the Spurs are doing in practice.
So next time, right, if you can, we need some audio on the podcast. Like, record a question and then,
I did. I recorded it. It was on my Twitter.
Oh, I said podcast.
Okay, so what do you
Podcast starts with a P, Twitter starts with a T.
Okay.
There's a difference.
Oh, okay. Yeah, TP. Got it. So do you want me to get a video?
Oh, that look was perfect.
Do you want me to get an exclusive video for the podcast?
Let's do an exclusive video for the podcast. And let's ask a silly question.
Okay.
Or ask something that will stand out.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Let's do
How
that.
short do you feel around the players?
Really short. I'm very short.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Keldon's gonna be at the boxing event, Brawl Against
the Wall. Which one is
Brawl
it?
Against the Wall.
Brawl for it's all for. Are you gonna go to that one?
Yeah, I'm gonna be there tomorrow. Tony Moreno's here. I'm not gonna be at the Spurs game tomorrow. I'm not gonna be there, but I will be there the first game of the season because that's gonna be Tony Parker, Manu Ginobili's Hall of Fame jersey ceremony. So that's cool.
Are we doing that during the preseason game?
No, that's going to be first game of the season.
Are you going to that one?
Yeah, that's the one I'm going to. Yeah, I'm going to that one. So, Tua, let's get to Tua. I'm going to give him the You Go Glenn Coco Award. Usually we give the You Go Glenn Coco Award to the player who has been doing the best this week. And we all know Tua's not doing the best. He's injured right now. And it's pretty sad, everything that's happened to him. And I just want to give him some uplifting and encouragement because even though he's been injured and there's a lot of questioning about the Dolphins and their medical camp and how they handled his injury and how he could have possibly had a concussion the week before, but they didn't catch it. And then they let him play with the concussion and then he gets body slammed to the ground. And it, like we said earlier, it looked like a car accident. I just wanted to give the You Go Glenn Coco Award to Tua because usually when you get injured and these things happen, you can get depressed. You can feel down on yourself. So I'm just really proud of Tua for just hanging in there and just keeping the positive spirit, positive energy, despite all the things that are going around him. And I really hope the Dolphins get handled.
Yeah. Well, he had a really tough offseason. Right. And they've been talking a lot of dirt about him and stuff. So, it's just one of those things.
I mean, he's just getting beat down physically and emotionally and mentally.
Yeah.
I mean, I can only imagine.
And for me, that's why I was happy they went out there. And, I don't know if and I know people are going to call me crazy, right? Here, let me turn on my camera so people can call me crazy to my face. I know that Tua got hurt, right? But if you listen to the report from Tua, when he first got a concussion or his injury, he said that his back felt like jelly, right? And so that could have been something, and I'm not a neuroscientist
I
or
like
anything
jelly,
else.
First of all. What's your favorite jelly? Y'all got to tell me what y'all's favorite jelly
Favorite
is.
jelly.
I've been trying this strawberry fig jelly. Is really good.
I like jam.
I like grape jelly. You like grape?
I like grape jam. I'm not a jelly. I'm more of a jam fan.
What the hell is the difference between
like
jelly?
The preserves?
What the fuck is the difference? I don't know.
Jelly jiggles and jam don't wiggle like jelly.
So jam is like a strong...
Jam is more like a spread.
That's the same thing as jelly.
No, jelly doesn't spread like jam.
So
jelly is more like Jell-O. And jam. Have you ever had apple butter before?
No.
Have you ever? Jam spreads.
Okay, yeah. Well, I eat a peanut. Okay, so I eat peanut. Okay, Ramon Mata likes raspberry jalapeno jelly. I like regular jelly, like in a jar, and you just put it on your peanut butter. That's jelly, right? You got to tell me what jam is. I don't know what jam is. Okay, Ramon Mata says jelly has no chunks. Okay, that makes sense. No,
jam have no chunks.
No, wait, jam has no chunks?
Right.
Oh my God. Okay.
Okay.
Luch Carlucci says apple butter is rockin'.
Apple butter's what?
Rockin'. So it's
what?
Good. It's good. He likes.
Oh yeah,
rockin'.
apple butter rocks. Okay,
I've
check
never heard of apple
jelly.
butter. What the
Hold
hell
up.
is apple butter?
Jelly is made with strained fruit juice.
Okay.
There are no pieces of fruit in jelly.
That's what he said.
In jam, it's made with mashed fruit, preserves, whole fruit, large pieces of fruit.
That's what Ramon said. He said jam is chunky.
Jams, huh?
Yeah, jam is what you described it as.
Oh, because he probably Googled it too.
No, he tried to tell your ass.
Oh, well, okay, now I know. I can't see the chat.
So then you like jelly. You don't like jam.
I like jam.
So you do like chunky jam.
No.
So you like, if you like the smooth one, you like jelly, fool.
Okay, but I don't look at jelly as chunky. I'm sorry. I don't look at jam as chunky.
Okay.
It is chunky, but I don't look at it as chunky.
All right.
Like jelly to me is kind of like clumpy.
Uh-huh.
right? And it reminds me where like Jell-O, where jam it spreads.
Okay, I'm off this. So you like grape jam or jelly, whatever the fuck it is.
I like strawberry jam.
That's what I need to know. You like strawberry, whatever the
Wait,
fuck
I was
you
trying
like.
to tell a Tua story. Did you
Okay.
not want me to talk about that?
No, I was going to say, okay, so his back felt like jelly.
His back felt like jelly, probably grape jelly in your world, right? And so when he got up, that's what he said, right? So he didn't say his head hurt or anything else. So that's why he said his legs gave out. So that is a neurological part of having a concussion is what he felt. So I think when they went to go examine him, he didn't have the standard issues like, squeeze my fingers, move your extremities. And so when they looked in his eyes, it didn't look any different. And when I say neurological, from what I understand, I did sleep at a Holiday Inn last night, but I'm not a neuroscientist, is that when he hit his head and he hit his back on the ground, that's why his body seized up, because this is not just your typical concussion. This is much more like something where your spine is hurting or the base of your stem is hurting or your brain stem is hurting. So that's my take on it. For the hell I know,
And this is the thing. Like, do you think that they screwed him over?
I think
the
that
doctors screwed him over? Yeah. You think they made a high?
No, I don't think so. I think that they didn't do a hard enough exam before they released him.
So then they did a fucked up job.
No, I just don't think they're normally used to seeing what's happening with Tua.
Well, now look at the result of that.
Somebody caught. I think it was the other day, the Bucks game, not this weekend, but the weekend before. One of the Bucks players caught the ball. He literally landed on his face, and he laid there for a second. And the players went and picked him up. And watch this each and every game, guys and gals. When y'all are watching an NFL game, watch when a player comes and they grab their friends and they pick their friend or their teammates up. There's so many concussions that happen during the game, and the cameras switch away from them, but they're always picking people up off the ground and they're always woozy. That is a concussion. I think I had 2 concussions when I played football. So, but yeah. So it's we can blame the league. We can blame the NFL. We can blame the owners. But a lot of these times you have to drag these players off the field for their own safety, and they're just not doing it.
Andy Torres said you were talking about Cameron Brate when you were talking about the Bucks player.
Yeah.
Okay. Ray Pettis says he agrees with the Hurt Show. If you wobble but pass all testing to play, you should still sit out as the wobble rule. So he was wobbling. They should have still sat him out.
I wish I had a soundboard I could play the wobble.
Yeah, but we shouldn't be making fun of him because we're trying to uplift his spirit.
No, we want to uplift the spirit. But it's still a joke.
Yeah, we should play the wobble.
But I'm not joking. But yeah, so you're correct. I mean, I personally would love to see them anything you pull them out the game. Right?
Yeah,
and not just their head hit the ground, but you can tell. And we know, I mean, the fans that are watching now, they know, we see when these players are wobbling or when their teammates pick them up and they're wobbling. We see when that happens.
And you remember I told you that CTE expert, the famous CTE expert, when I told you who he was, you were like, who the hell is that?
No, yeah.
He's a famous CTE expert and neuropathologist, Bennett Omalu, the guy who Will Smith played in the movie Concussion. He said that Tua should retire because he is an expert. And you're saying he's not his doctor, so he shouldn't tell people to retire or not. If Tua wants to continue to play, great. But if the CTE expert is saying he definitely has CTE over this, would you retire? Like, if you're like, yo, you got CTE, you need to,
Carolina,
because this is a serious thing.
You know when you can diagnose somebody with CTE, right?
When they die.
Right.
You got to pick their brain apart.
So I'm not saying this guy, he obviously knows what the hell he's talking about, right? But to say, because we don't know, CTE is different for all type of players. So I respect him, but it's up to Tua. It's up to the team. It's not up to the doctor sitting on the outside.
Yeah, I agree with you. It's up to Tua.
That's all I'm saying. It's like, we don't know if Tua's going to have CTE. Not everybody has CTE. Now, they may have some form of CTE. Some may have higher, some may have lower, but not everybody has CTE when they leave the NFL. Just because you have head injury doesn't mean you're going to have CTE.
A lot of them do.
A lot of them do. Too many of them do.
And boxers, too. I mean, it's a serious problem.
But what does it matter, right?
Well, it matters because it matters for NFL players.
How much? Okay, so
like,
real talk.
They look at Aaron Hernandez. He had an extreme form of CTE.
Carolina, real talk. Do we really care?
I care.
Really? So when are you going to turn off the TV and stop watching football until they do something different?
Okay, you got me on that one.
And I'm guilty of it, right?
You got me on that one.
I'm guilty of it.
Yeah.
I'm guilty of
Because
Black Lives Matter. I didn't watch
the-
for a season, and then I started watching again. All the shit that they put women through, I don't watch, but then I start watching again. It's always something. So
yeah, you're right. So we're contributing to the problem by continuing to put money into these organizations that put players' lives at danger. They sign up for it, granted.
Correct.
They sign up for it. But also, too, I mean, the health risk that the players face afterwards, and the lack of support, by the way, that they get too, is alarming. But, anyways, this was supposed to be positive. It was like, you go, Glenn Coco.
You go, Glenn Coco.
Yeah. Lou, we're going to close off on this. It's serious, and they have people watching from the stadium. They could stop the game whenever, and they can see if they're wobbly, and they can get checked out by the training staff. I agree with you guys, the wobble rule. If you're wobbling, get them out the game. As long as Tua is a Dolphin, the doctor should sit him until he's good.
Yeah.
Totally agree. That
There's no rush. There's no rushing coming back for Tua.
And Teddy Bridgewater's the backup too.
Yeah, and he's decent.
Yeah, he's decent. I don't have a problem with Teddy Bridgewater.
Yeah, he's actually been playing decent.
Yeah, I wanted him to be the Bears quarterback at one point.
All right, Carolina, it is time.
Yeah, this or that.
It is time for the world famous This or That.
Oh, okay, this or that. What the hell is this?
Okay,
like,
so this is our world famous This or That.
Okay.
So we all know how women like to get dressed up for Halloween. This being the month of witching, I was wondering, what would you rather be? A Halloween outfit or a Thanksgiving outfit?
Okay, turn it up. Oh man, those Thanksgiving outfits look bomb. But Halloween, that's my favorite holiday.
Of course.
Yeah, Halloween's my favorite holiday, you guys. I am a Halloween whore. Anything Halloween related, I'm all for it. I love scary movies, ghosts, aliens, UFOs. At my house, this whole month, that's all we're going to be doing. We're going to be watching scary movies. We're going to be watching all that shit. My house is going to be decorated with pumpkins everywhere. I'm going to paint pumpkins. I'm going to carve pumpkins. I am all about Halloween. This is my favorite holiday of the year. It's the best holiday, period. It's so much fun. Trick-or-treating was one of my favorite things to do. Give me this. I'm going to go with Halloween costumes for sure.
Say that again?
Halloween. I'm going with Halloween.
Do you know what you're going as?
Not yet. I kind of want to be, what's her name? Kanye West's ex-girlfriend, Julia Fox.
Well, nobody know who that is.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I didn't want to go with that.
I love when people go as like these arbitrary people that nobody knows who in the hell it is.
Yeah, well, I usually go as a sugar skull, so I'll probably come up here in a costume. But who knows? I don't know what the hell I'm going to be yet. But y'all give me ideas. If y'all know, what are y'all going to be for Halloween?
You know what? We should do a costume contest.
We should.
And then they have to, but we will give something away.
Yeah.
And they have to send in pictures.
Okay. If you guys tag us in your Halloween pics, we'll give the best costume. What the hell are we going to give them?
I don't know.
A Starbucks gift card? Because ain't that some like...
Don't say anything. We'll figure it out. We don't have to say it right now. We got 3 shows before that, so don't be...
What? Somebody commented Halloween is 365 in their home. That's crazy.
Are they saying that because that's how their girlfriend dress all the time?
No. This Jeffrey Dahmer thing, that's what we're going to start with. Okay, give me the next one. Let's go.
All right. So with all the stuff going on, Mr. Tom Brady and not going well right now, and Bill Belichick having a really, really tough year, would you rather be Bill Belichick or Tom Brady right now?
What the fuck?
Look at that picture of Bill Belichick.
Why do you put that horrible ass picture of Bill Belichick?
Look at his shirt.
Man, based off that picture, I'm always going to pick Tom Brady. He's a GOAT.
So you'd rather be Tom Brady right now?
Yeah, I mean, divorce is a divorce.
Yeah.
You know, if we work it out, we work it out. If we don't, we don't.
And you're going to be able to slay when you're not divorced.
Oh my God. Why do men care about having sex as soon as they get divorced?
I said slay.
Slay. You trying to slay hoes.
No.
Oh.
He can play Santa Claus whenever he wants to and ride on his sleigh.
He's stupid right now.
Why everything got to be so negative?
No, because you're talking about slaying hoes.
Carolina, would you rather be a taco or an eggplant And I remember you wanting to be the eggplant.
All I'm saying is, be real with me right now. You said slave because you're talking about Tom Brady.
Yes, Tom Brady,
hoes.
45 years old,
Slaying
is going to be a
hoes.
pimp.
Can I ask you a question? How come men, that's the first thing they think about when they get divorced? They're going to slay all these hoes.
Well, no. First of all, hold on. Let me bring my camera back on. I've never been divorced. First of all, I don't know. That's a really good question because I would argue that women think the same thing. I think that women are all going to look to get their Stella got their groove back, but they don't want to be honest about it.
Okay, well, that's
Yeah,
good.
see, you see how she got real quiet? She got real quiet because she don't want to give up her secrets of the girls. You know, she talked about a couple of weeks ago how her and her girls like to go hang out and, you know, cry about stuff. What are they actually crying about and talking about? Yeah, they'll never tell.
None of your business.
No,
Okay,
no.
go to the next one. Go to the next one.
I don't, and I don't think that all men want, but yeah, I think
I
everybody
don't think
does.
all men cheat. I don't think all men
Right.
want to sleep with a lot of hoes. I do think that some of them do want to, though.
From time to time,
From time to time. Yeah, exactly. Okay, go to the next
All
one.
right, so we watch a lot of Netflix. Well, we used to watch a lot of Netflix, but Netflix has kind of gone down with their shows, right?
Well, I just said Jeffrey Dahmer. And,
Right.
And I need to pay
but
my
I don't.
Netflix bill.
I'm not a serial murderer show. But you do need to watch Lou on Netflix. It's pretty damn good.
Okay.
Yeah, Lou's pretty good. So now you have all these different streaming services out there, and some people are really big Disney fans. So would you rather be Netflix or the Disney Plus
Oh my
right
God.
now?
I actually was subscribed to both before my debit card had fraud on it. Disney's like $6.99 plus Disney Plus. You get Disney Plus, and you get ESPN subscription along with it.
Okay.
And it's cheaper. Netflix is like $20 damn dollars, and they have these shitty shows. They don't have everything you want to watch. They have some things like you find a diamond in the rough every now and then. But Disney Plus, you get access to all your favorite Disney movies, Marvel. You get there's a lot of movies I like. I was a Disney, lover when I was growing up. I love Little Mermaid, love Heavyweights. There's a lot of movies that I just enjoyed. Then you get the ESPN Plus app too, which I utilize too. When my cable was down, I get on the ESPN Plus app. Right. Boom, I'm good. So give me Disney Plus. That was actually a much more better app for me, where they had things that I actually enjoyed more. Me and my family watch Disney Plus more than we watch crappy ass Netflix, and Netflix thinks that they're like, I don't know who the hell they think they are, but when I first got Netflix, like what, $8.99 when they first started, 10 years ago? Now who the hell do they think they are? They're like, what? How much is it for a Netflix subscription? Like $18.99. That's why
I think it's like $13.99 right now.
That's why I don't even want to renew my Netflix subscription, because of that. There's nothing that I want to watch on there. What the hell is there to watch on Netflix? Seriously. Oh, Cobra Kai. I forgot Cobra Kai.
Yeah, Cobra Kai. You got the Dahmer.
Cobra Kai's really good.
You got Lou.
Yeah, damn.
There's a lot of stuff still to watch on Netflix. Oh, and you got Stranger Things.
Yep. Damn, that's a tough one. But God, I already picked Disney.
Yeah, see,
but
at
now
first
that
you were
I'm thinking
like,
about it, Netflix actually does have a lot of good stuff.
So I'll tell you a quick. Oh shit! What, $9.99 to $19.99 a month for Netflix? I didn't realize that. So check it.
How much is Netflix?
$9 to $19.99 a month,
Okay.
depending on certain things. I don't know what.
And then you can't use your friend's login anymore.
Okay, so actually you can, because my ex-girlfriend still pays for mine, and my daughter uses it, and my friend Stephanie uses it, and I use it.
Oh my God, y'all are so ghetto.
We hood.
Y'all are
okay,
ghetto.
so the basic plan of Netflix is $9.99, but you can only stream up to 480p.
What the?
If you go with the standard plan, $15.49, you can stream 1080p, which is almost full high definition. $19.99 premium plan, you can stream on up to 4 devices and up to 4K resolution.
So what would you go with, Netflix or Disney?
I'm still on Netflix right now because I don't have kids.
Oh,
right?
that's right.
And so I'm not worried too much about any of the Disney stuff. I don't have kids at home anymore. So I don't care too much about it. So I'm still with Netflix right now. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So
So let me tell you how long I've been with Netflix.
how long?
You don't even realize how long you think Netflix has been around.
I've been with Netflix for like 10 years until my debit card had fraud on it.
I have literally been with Netflix for 20 years.
Wow.
When Netflix started with the DVDs, we lived on the West Coast. And that was the first time. So we used to do DVDs, and I lived in LA at the time. So I have literally been with Netflix for 20 years. That's back when you had to pay for Netflix.
Yep. Oh, Ruth says, shout out to Carolina, the sports talk queen. Hey, Ruth, thanks for tuning in.
What up, what up?
Ramon says, can we get some HBO Max shout outs? Dude, do you have HBO Max?
I don't have HBO Max.
I had that too. See, I'm kind of glad that my debit card had fraud on it.
But I'm not a Game of Thrones person.
No, but I'm glad my debit card had fraud on it because I realized I was spending like $80 a month in subscriptions to these dumbass apps. But I miss HBO Max because I had Prime, all that shit. HBO Max, though, is good. I'm wrapping up the show, but no, HBO Max shits on all of those apps. I just said, you need to get HBO Max.
Yeah, I heard HBO Max is the best one.
Yeah, HBO Max is the best one.
Yeah.
Straight up. So anyways, guys, that's it. That's a wrap for the show. Guylan, let everybody know where they can find you at. My guy, Guylan, thank you so much for doing such a great job today producing the show.
Yo, just Google VodPod Media. Carolina Teague, this episode will be on Spotify and all streaming platforms. We're still working on Apple right now, but all streaming platforms except for Apple. This show will be up within 48 hours.
Yes, we'll have it on Spotify so you guys can check it out in case you guys missed it. I love you guys so much. Tune in next week, same time, same place here. We're going to do giveaways soon to keep you guys, updated. We love you guys so much. Thank y'all for tuning in. Ruth has Hulu. I have Hulu too. See, I had all that stuff.
Like, share, subscribe.
Don't forget to share this video. Love you guys. Bye.